Now I also have to just decide, do I want the outside edge to be sloped upward to look like a bowl from under, or I want it to be a cylinder where it's straight. I kind of like the idea of it having a little bit of a curve on the bottom, and I'm going to try to leave what I call a shadow foot. I don't know what other people call it, where you have a foot underneath there that it's sitting on, that it sits on, and make the bowl look like it's hovering above the table. Okay. That walnut bowl that I had has one of those foot like that on it, where it looks like it's floating above the table. It doesn't actually stop at the table. So we'll see if I can accomplish that too. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out that shadow foot. There, so that's laid out anyway. That's not what it'll be eventually, but that's what it's laid out. That's getting a little more rough. I'm going to go to a sharper tool. Still getting the tear out, but it's a lot better with that sharper tool. So, oh, and the other fun part about this project is, if you don't like hand sanding, this is not your project. Okay, because that maple bowl that I passed around, that's got about 4 hours of hand sanding in it, and it's only got the first coat of lacquer on it. So hopefully, when I do a little sanding down to get that off there, it'll get better. But okay, so that's the wings coming up. Now I have to decide how much wing I want to leave. Do I want this a 1/4 inch thick wing? Do I want a 1/2 inch thick wing? What do I want? I'm thinking for this small of a bowl, I think the wing needs to be a little more delicate. I don't think I can leave a big thick wing like I can on that maple bowl that I passed around. So I'm going to go for a 1/4 inch, but I also remember I got to bring this side down because I've got some tear out right there. Yeah. So I've got to get rid of that tear out. So I need to bring this in. This will come in a little bit. I'm going to bring this on up here to about right there. I'll use the pencil so you can see that. Sorry about that. That's where our goal is going to be. And each time I come down through here, I'm trying to get a better cut. Because you know I'm getting that tear out. I'm going for a better cut each time. There's no time like the present to practice, right? Try it by opening the tool up a little more. Check and see if you got a good cut. Maybe you need to close the tool. Open the tool or close it. I'm still getting a pretty severe tear out there. So I may actually try to cut back the other way, but that's the last desperate attempt. I'm going to try this one. Still feel like I'm getting that tear out, but we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, that got a little, and I'm still getting that bad tear out, and that's one corner. But so I'm going to close the tool up even more. So open tool, you see from the top there, open tool, close tool. So we'll close it up even more. Now you could get a bounce when you close the tool face a lot. So, and for those of you that are new, I'm not watching the edge of the wood, I'm watching the shadow underneath it. Because as I start to cut wood away, I can see the shadow. If it helps, let me see if I got a piece here. I can use an example. Yeah, this will work. Not the greatest thing, but one of the gloves I use when I have to take stuff off the lathe and I don't have enough hand grip strength to get a hold of the bowl, round bowl. So maybe you can look down under it and you can see the shadow better. You see it looking straight down. See the and when I start the cut, you'll be able to see the shadow. You see the gap. Oh, I got into something there. I'm cutting that pith away there. Oh, it's really hard right through there. Oh, there it is. There's what I got into. Like something did not feel right when I was making that cut. Oh, but you can see a closed tool face didn't help either. I'm still getting lots of tear out.
How fast
So,
are you going?
huh?
How fast are you going?
I'm at almost 1700 RPM. We'll slow it down and see if that helps. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Actually, you know what I think I really need to do? I need to move this over so I don't have I'm not cutting so much air. And y'all didn't see me do that, you new turners. I turn the lathe off every time before I move the tool rest. Usually means I need to go sharpen when I start getting, when it's not getting better. That did help. Well, no, it didn't. So again, lots of tear out. So we will do the one cut on this particular. Oh, and I've got a curve going on too. I don't want a curve. I want it to be straight on this particular bowl. A curve does look nice on it though. So before I do any more cutting on this side, because you see I got a little more line until I get to my mark here, I'm going to go work on this other side tool. This demo may include sharpening just because before I start making final cuts, I will go sharpen those tools. Okay, right now I'm roughing out, so oh, that sharp tool feels so nice. Lots of tool marks, but almost no tear out. Woo! That makes me feel good. So it looks like I'm going to be able to get rid of those corner chips pretty easy. So hopefully we're in a good spot here. Yeah, I'm getting quite a bit of tool marks, but I'm not getting a lot of tear out, and that makes me happy because sanding is not something I enjoy. Anybody enjoy sanding? Anybody got an 80 grit gouge at home? Admit it, somebody here has an 80 grit gouge at home.
60.
60? Yep. I'm just trying to get rid of tool marks. This is a real dangerous cut on this particular bowl. Because of that air out here cutting, hear it? So I get even more light in my cut when I do this. Because I could very easily catch one of those edges and tear out a corner. And I do not want to tear out a corner. That's kind of what makes this bowl really cool, is all these corners, you know. I think I'm still going to have to get rid of that tear out a little more. Not tear out. Tool marks. This is a hard demo to get rid of tool marks though, which is why you become a very good friend with your sanding. When you're trying to get rid of tool marks, you're not actually trying to make a cut, you're just trying to clean up. And I can see the tool marks in the shadow. So I know when I'm making them. Oh yeah, got rid of the big tool mark. Oh, that makes me happy.
David,
Tool marks up in here I can get rid of. Yes, sir.
how are you holding the tool? I mean, was it, are you just hitting the tops? And if so, how do you control that? How do you keep it from going, you know, getting more vibration?
Okay, the biggest thing for doing that, and the way let me come to this side so I can show you how I'm holding the tool. It'd be easier that way for demonstration purposes. I'm making that cut like so. I've got just a little open. I'm coming in here, but I'm holding that tool down real tight. I don't know if y'all are watching that or can see that. You really can't see my arms inside this in this big wood turning smock. But I'm really pushing down hard on that tool rest. Because that's how I'm eliminating the vibration. Is by pushing down, keeping it very tight on the tool rest. But it's really hard to hold down tight on the tool rest and also make a light cut. That's really tough. So that's why I said make lots of bowls and then try this project. Okay. That's the big thing on this one. And you can see when I'm coming around here, when I'm making this cut right here, there's nothing touching at all as it comes around there. So that's the hard part of this project is you're cutting a lot of air. Okay. And so holding that tool really tight and really gentle. I wish I had one of those experiences when I turn. I come away feeling relaxed and just wonderful and stress-free. I don't. My shoulders are tight. I need to go take a Tylenol to relax because, I'm trying to get all tensed up doing this. But unfortunately, it's much more socially acceptable than hitting people. So. And I have turned a couple bowls that had no intention of ever being bowls. They were purely just to get frustration out. And I make some very decorative firewood. Okay, very decorative firewood. So, all right. I kind of like where that top's at, so I'm going to go ahead and let's see how to do on my lines. Pretty close. I'm still going to cut a little more of this off, but I'm going to try turning the tool rest a little bit, see what I can get close. Because the problem with this project is you really can't get close because of those corners. But in this project, you just make sure that you do not offend the corners by the tool rests. You do not offend the rule, right? Everybody's familiar with the rule? Your hands stay on the other side of the tool rest. Whether you're cutting a bowl, whether you're doing spindle turning, whatever. Keep your hands on the other side of the tool rest. And I use the overhand grip for my bowl turning. I've seen some of the people, the underhand grip and control it better. Whatever feels right to you is what you need to use. For me, I want control when I'm turning this bowl with these big corners. Okay. And that tool is dull already. I bet there's lots of tear out here. But I actually cleaned it up. There's still a lot of tear out, but it cleaned it up a little bit. Now, I got to remember, because of this tear out here, I'm going to leave some extra wood here because I got to get rid of that when I sand. I'm going to try to make a pull cut where the tool is closed like so and try to get rid of some of it. But that gets a little more dangerous on this particular piece. And I will speed my lathe up on that. I'm going to come over here so you can see no more material that I'm trying to remove. That's it. That's how fine those shavings are, the one I'm trying to remove there. Because I'm just trying to get rid of that tear out. That's all I'm trying to do. You got rid of some of it. Got a lot further to go to get rid of the rest of it, though. But we'll see how it goes. because I hate sanding. Something fierce. Yeah, and also resist the urge to reach up and grab the bowl to stop it. In them round bowls, you can do that. This is not one of those projects. However, I'm noticing something here.
You'll only try that once.
Unfortunately, I have a short memory. You might try it more than once. And now you notice I'm a little more thick here in the middles. So that means I got to make a cut, or I'm only getting rid of that part. And that's tough. So that means I've got to get up here and go past my cut, past where that air is at, and start in the middle. Let's see if we can get that. Yeah, I got rid of a lot of the thickness. Goodness gracious, my phone is blowing up. You can edit that part out too now. Yeah, now I'm pretty well flat on the bottom. That's kind of what I'm going for, is flat. You probably shouldn't see that tool where I've ground back so I can keep grinding the tool because I'm cheap. No offense to Jeff, I'm buying new tools, but I'm going to grind that back flat until I can't sharpen it anymore. So, okay. Got a little tear out, but I can live with that. I can sand that out. Now on the other side over here on this side, I got a little bit more of this that's still a little wide on this edge, so I need to turn around that way and work on that side a little bit. Then I'll come back and actually shape the bowl itself. Because once I get to this part up here and I flip this around, I'm not touching that wing again. Okay? Let's see if we got that thickness off the top. Yeah, that's pretty darn square. That's clean. I can live with it. This is the fun part of turning. Making a big mess. I'm being real careful when I get up there where that transition's at. Now I'm going to stop and look at this from the end and see where those wings look in proportion. Yeah, I think that'd be a good size for that bowl to go with those wings. It could go a little smaller, but then you've got lots more wing, lots more space here. So it's not going to look quite right. So now I'll make that foot that I just cut off. You know, I told you about that shadow foot. I just cut it off. So now I got to put it back in. Ah! Larry, why'd you let me do that? It was for the demo, wasn't it? And he's doing it again. I'd like to blame the wood there, but I can't. That was purely my error, so. Okay, now I'm ready to flip it around, I think. Yeah, got a little bit of a foot there. I can clean that up though when I get back, turn it around. Okay, here we go. Oh. I should remember this is exactly like my jet lathe. If you move that just a hair too far, it's coming loose. Now, for those of you who are really timid at this part, this is also the part where you got to make sure you hold on to the bowl, because I have dropped them with the corners on there at this point, and then you drop it. Now you don't have corners on your bowl anymore.
Put it back in the lathe and turn them off.
Put it back on the lathe and turn the edge. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Okay, there we go.
Turn the other three back to one.
So there's what I got so far. So, ooh, I was getting, oh, there's actually some, ooh, there's some flame in that. Isn't that, that's why this was turning rough. That explains why I was having such a hard time. Can we see it here with the angles? There you can see a little bit of the flash. That would explain why I was getting so much vibration, because I didn't know that was in there. That's going to make this even prettier. Every once in a while things work out really well.